Hi, YouTube. This is Phyllis of phyllislife.com. Today, we're going to be talking with a very wise young woman who knows a lot about relationships, and we're going to compare and contrast some of the relationships that we have had. And my friend, her name is Sherry. So, Sherry, come and talk to the YouTube people.
What's up, you guys?
Sherry, stay in the frame.
I'm trying.
Sherry, I see you're having a really good relationship with that chocolate cake. You want to tell me about it? Tell me about that cake and how you absolutely had to have chocolate cake today.
I had to have chocolate cake today. I was like craving chocolate cake. I was like, actually, I was texting a friend the other day, and they was like, I want some chocolate cake. And I was like, yeah, but it can't just be any chocolate cake. It's got to be chocolate fudge cake.
Chocolate fudge cake.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get the chocolate? Is that chocolate fudge cake? Mm-hmm. Is it fudgy?
Enough.
Of the chocolate kind?
It's enough.
It's good. Okay. Well, now we love, it is said that women love chocolate almost as much as they love diamonds. Actually, I just made that up, but it could be true. it could be true. It could be true.
I think I like chocolate more.
Than diamonds?
Because I'm not a big jewelry person. You see me, what I be wearing on my ears. Mm-hmm.
We're trying to stay in the frame. That's what's happening. That's what we're cooking up right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
All right, y'all. So as she said, today we're talking about relationships. And you want me to explain, or you want to explain?
I want you to jump off and tell the YouTube people about one of the best relationships
I know I'm not being ghetto. I'm just drinking out of a bowl.
It looks kind of ghetto. It looks a little ghetto.
One of the best relationships I've ever had. Wow. You mean like
not a food relationship, a boyfriend relationship?
I wasn't gonna say food, actually.
I kind of like gumbo myself, so I'm just saying.
And I like chitlins too.
Yeah, well,
with some good hot sauce.
Yeah.
But it's gotta be Crystal or Red Rooster.
Of course.
I've only had 3 relationships in my whole life.
Oh, that sounds limited.
It's called picky.
Okay, picky is important.
But maybe I wasn't picky enough.
Well, even down to 3, sometimes we're not picky enough. This is true. This is real.
Because they all, I could say like the one that I wouldn't say I had a best relationship, but I could say like the one that was the best out of the 3. The first one is the best out of the 3.
Are we name dropping today? Nope. Are we making up names?
Okay, I'm gonna say Sam.
Sam. Okay, good. That's good. Sam is a good name. Sam I am. That's a good name. That's a good name.
Sam. I'll put it this way. Me and Sam met over so when I was a teenager, they had this thing called the Party Line.
Okay.
Do you ever know about
I've
that?
heard about the Party Line.
Well, I don't know if they have it now.
As a dinosaur, I know about. I've heard of it. I've heard of the Party Line.
Dinosaur?
Yeah, I'm a dinosaur. Dinosaur-S.
Okay.
Dinosaur-S girl. That's right. Okay.
I would say that he was the most. I would say like.
Is my face going to show in that little red light there?
When this whole thing is done, that red light's not going to show.
Oh, okay. Good thing I'm asking that now.
Just like that's not going to show either.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
Oh. Gonna have a big old red square on your cheek.
Right on.
She's talking
Power to the people.
Okay, so
see my nails? Aren't they gorgeous? Because everybody has a life.
And you look like you got a life and a job.
I do. There's nothing wrong with looking like it. Okay.
Okay, so I would say out of the 3, Sam was the most affectionate. He was the most, I would say, like security-wise. I would say like I didn't have to worry about nobody like bothering me. Like he was protective. He just got some other problems.
Okay.
But as far as like the things, because different people have different love languages. And my biggest
love languages. All
that's
right,
a whole nother video.
That's a book.
And so my love language is like affection. Some people like gifts, some people like this, some people like that. Mine is affection. And also like the biggest one is affection. The second biggest is like feeling secure, stuff like that. And so with him, he was, like I said, very affectionate, always want to hug, you know, or hold your hand or whatever like that.
Was he good to his mom? As far as you know.
When I first met him, you know, they all put on the show. He's, I would say like 50-50. And that's why I say like, I'm naming the best things because I would say as far as being good to his mom, he could definitely improve. But,
do you think there's a correlation between men who really care for their moms and how they treat women, because that is a very strong belief system in our culture, and I guess maybe around the world?
Yeah, because actually my grandmother, when I was little, my grandmother is the one who told me. She said however that man treats his mother is how he's going to treat you, and that's true. However, in my third relationship, I would say it's not necessarily true because he treats his mom, and still, you know, we're friends or whatever. He treats his mom good. He talks to her well. He doesn't allow even his siblings to talk to her any kind of way. But even though he treated his mom well, towards the end of our relationship, he did not treat me well.
That's interesting.
And he still treated his mom well. So, I mean, I think it just depends. But for the most part, the way that they treat their mother is going to be the way that they treat you.
Very interesting.
If he has respect, if you see how he acts around his mother, I mean, to be honest though, like I said, it's different for different guys because he could treat his mom good just because he know that if he get out alive, she gonna bust him upside his head. She gonna bust him upside his head.
Which might be what he needed all the time.
It might be right. And then, you know, when he goes out, he know he can treat, you know, he can act however. But I mean, I guess you would say like when they're young, you know, I can't train the man to do what his parents should do.
So here's a question. What do you think about older women and younger men?
Cougars?
Cougars. Cougars.
I say Kruger.
Oh,
it's cougar.
It's cougar. it's the cat.
What do I think about? Well, I mean, how much younger are we talking?
I'd say to max out, to have a decent relationship, perhaps maybe 10 years younger. Because I think if you get 20 years younger, then you start running into maturity and future health problems for the one that's older, that the younger would have to help with.
So you're asking me what I think about it?
What do you think? Approve, disapprove.
I think
older women have the right to date younger men the way older men they feel like they're entitled to date younger women and marry them even.
I don't know. I think it's different, and I guess I would say like I'm almost a little hypocritical about that. I've never dated a guy that's 10 years younger than me. I dated a guy 6 years younger than me, but that's almost 10, but not quite. But I would say that I don't know, like to see an older guy with a younger woman. Hey, if that's what he wants, but as long as, like you said, as long as it's not like 20. You know, because like, I don't know if you were the one, but I think it was you. Somebody told me that there's guys out there that like women that are like old enough to be their grandma.
Absolutely.
Was that you that told me that?
Yes, and I saw a TV show about it. It was like a documentary, and it was very eye-opening. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you were saying a minute ago, when it comes to like health stuff, you know, a lot of young people, even if they're brought up like sheltered and being in the home, a lot of young people are really active sometimes, want to go out, want to do this. Actually, I was watching, what's that judge name the other day?
Judge Toler. Lynn Toler. Yes, her.
And she's a divorce court judge. I was watching her the other day, and she actually was with a couple that the guy was old enough to be her her dad. He actually had a son that was his wife's age. He's like 50 something, and she's only 20 something.
Oh, she got daddy issues.
Well, she got some kind of issues. I don't know.
Or monetary issues.
But my point is the fact that, you know, she's young. She wants to go out when he's ready to go to bed.
Yeah, because she's young.
And that's
he's
what
not.
I'm saying. So for me, I feel like that's the only thing. If you're an older person and you're into a younger person and you're like, you know, be careful on the younger person that you pick, because not every younger person is super active. But if you're somebody who's a homebody, get a younger person who's a homebody. Don't be trying to get somebody who's like all in shape and out there, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you're gonna be like, you know, feeling bad. But if you get somebody who actually matches your, you know,
energy level.
yeah,
Interest
your
level.
energy level, your interest level, or whatever, like, there's no way I'm gonna, like, I don't know, like, I wouldn't date somebody my dad's age. Even if he was in shape or whatever, I'm not gonna date somebody my dad's age.
Because time is against him, literally.
So, what do you think?
The older person and the younger, they call that, I think they call that winter spring relationships. I think it's risky. I think that people need to realize what they're getting themselves in for. I think the older person needs to be aware that the younger person comes from a whole different way of looking at the world than the way the older person grew up. It's going to require a lot of patience on for both of them to get along in a relationship. And it's serious because that's your life. You know, and the time that you put in any relationship, you don't get that time back. You get to reflect on it, however it ends or however it continues, but you have to be considerate of one another. And I'm talking about just dating at this point, but dating, the goal of dating tends to be to lead toward marriage. So as far as relationships go, once you cross out of that dating mindset into a permanency seeking relationship like marriage, that's a huge step, because health is huge, mindset is huge, a person's life history is huge, and a person who's been on earth 60 years as opposed to dating a person that's only been on earth maybe 24, 25, 28 years old, that's a big deal. It's a big leap, and it requires a lot of thinking and not just running off thinking that, oh, well, I love them and they love me, but love is not enough sometimes.
That's true.
So tell me more about this. So we can leave the cougars over there in the jungle for right now. We can always revisit them. So, and then what do you think about, I don't know, what do you think about, we're talking about relationships, what about marriage versus living together? That's a relationship. Some people say, I don't need a piece of paper to show that I love such and such a person.
Oh, you mean like the society and the government's, oh, you've been together for 10 years, so you're married type of thing?
No. I'm talking about two individuals who really like each other. And one person really wants to get married, but they're afraid to really tell that person, I really want to get married. And the other person who doesn't really want to get married for whatever reason, it's feeling like, well, I don't need a piece of paper to be committed. We can live together forever and ever and ever. Yeah, but what about the person that really would prefer to be married? What are the in other words, what are the benefits in being married as opposed to living together? Because it is said that why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
To be honest, I can't answer that question. Only because I can't say like, oh, you know, the benefits. I've never been married before. So I can't say like, you know, obviously, you know, I guess I could answer a part of it. Let me take it back. I mean, if you're someone who wants to get married and you're with somebody, you've been with that person for a long time, and you know you're really wanting to get married because maybe you want to have kids or whatever, or you know you want a commitment. If you're with somebody who's they're just like, oh, well, I love you and that's all that matters and I'll need a paper. To be honest, maybe you're with the wrong person. Because I feel like, and this is just my own opinion, I feel like if that person really loves you, you know, that person saying that they don't need a paper, they have commitment issues. They have, because if, you know, if they have a paper, yes, you're married, you're final. And if they are like, oh, I don't need a piece of paper, it's like they're scared to commit. They feel like if they have that piece of, this is just what I've seen. Like, I feel like some people feel like if they have the piece of paper, then they're not going to be like, oh, I can't, sorry. That they can't just leave when they want to. And that's probably why some people don't get a piece of paper. Is because they have commitment issues and they, you know, want to be able to just cut when they're ready. But I feel like if there's somebody, like if I was with somebody and I really wanted to marry that person, and that person was just like, I don't need a piece of paper, I would probably get ready to punch them in their forehead. But not only that.
Okay. Here comes the forehead punching people.
I mean, so that, but look, if you punch them in the forehead, that's the way you knock the sense into
that
them.
you have to shake it up.
Yeah.
Shake that. Sometimes that sense gets locked over in one part over here, and you got to loosen that up. You got to break that up. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that.
So no, I mean, with all kidding aside, I just feel like if that person, if you're wanting to get married, which is, marriage is a good thing. If you're wanting to get married and you've been with that person for however many years, and that person is just like, well, I love you and I don't need a piece of paper and blah, blah, blah. I feel like that person needs to have a serious talk with somebody, so that they can stop their narrow-mindedness, or you just need to find somebody else who, you know, yes, obviously, you know, you love somebody, whatever, but if that person is in their set, because especially when people get to a certain age, sometimes people get to a certain age, they don't want to change their thinking, especially guys sometimes. And guys, don't come for me. I'm just saying that sometimes y'all be scared. Sometimes y'all be scared, you know, of commitment. And then also for the guy side, sometimes there's guys that they don't want to commit because she just like, she wants to get married, but then things ain't right. Or she ain't right, but she want a commitment. So it kind of comes from both sides. I feel like it's just a commitment issue.
I have a question.
But that's why I said I can only answer half of that question. I can't speak from, okay, this is the thing. I can't speak from a married point of view and say, oh, well, the benefit of being married is blah, 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 blah. That part I can't answer, but I can say, you know, because getting married, that's a real commitment. You know, that's.
Okay. Well, let me go into a deeper level here.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. This is pretty deep. Okay. The Bible says, marry and have children. That's what Jesus said. I can't quote the exact verse right now because I don't have it in front of me because I did look it up. But as supposedly we are a Christian people in this country, how do we really feel about what marriage represents? Because marriage represents a man and a woman who come together to have a Christian, right living relationship and raise children up in an environment. I have to look at the camera. Yes. I'm looking.
You're looking straight over there.
Hello.
Look,
My eyes go this way.
Wait. The whole time.
There it is.
No, look, even the last time you were talking, you were looking over there.
Yeah, because it's interesting. It's interesting.
But you need to look here.
But when I look this way, I look that way.
Look there.
There. I'm looking there.
Well, if I'm looking there, now I'm looking directly at the camera.
What's wrong with my eyes? How come
you look wandering?
You look like you're looking at the camera. I look like I'm not. Maybe I do look like I'm looking at the camera.
I'm looking at myself. I'm just looking at myself.
I want to look like I'm looking at you.
Why? Just look at the camera. I look like I'm looking at you right now?
You do. At the camera.
I'm looking straight. I'm just looking at myself.
We're looking at the camera.
Okay, how about this? When you talk, just look at yourself.
I'm too glorious.
That's even more reason to look at yourself.
Well,
See, the phone was like, well, if you don't look at you, I'm going to come kiss you.
Okay, come on, phone. Come over here. Or don't, whatever. Okay. So we're talking about, we just,
about marriage.
Yes, we just took it to a different level.
Another piece of cake. I'm listening.
Go get another piece of cake. And the two of them to bring up children in a godly relationship. Respect.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's
well,
cool.
someone's going to be
No,
like, that was rude.
No, it's cool.
She knows me.
She did say, excuse me, so here we are.
A little bit of slack.
So what do you think about that while I go get some water? You can ramble. You may ramble now.
I got a juicy question. Taking your lipstick off.
Oh, no, it's plenty.
Okay.
I put a boatload of lipstick on. So a boatload of lipstick on. So we're
So,
good.
ready?
You guys see my green earrings? If you guys like these earrings, please write me and let me know.
You can't see them.
Oh, see, like that.
You guys see her?
You see my earrings? Tell me what you think of my earrings. I would love to get your comments. These are some of my favorite. There you go. These are some of my favorite earrings, and I wear them almost every day because they're green, and I like green.
I like green too. I like my two favorite colors are green and purple.
Oh, okay.
I love green and purple, but it has to be a certain purple.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for my question?
I am.
Okay, so my question is, dun, 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 what is your take?
We're getting closer so we can be in the frame.
What is your take on,
I have my mother's nose.
I have my father's nose.
Oh, that's so cool.
I got my father's forehead.
Oh, that's nice.
I think I have, that's not the question.
We wandered off. We're back now, YouTube. Okay.
Like Dory and Dory's daughter.
There it is. Now you know.
Okay, so my question is, what is your take and opinion and experience on when it comes to your relationship and your man allowing other women to intrude or disrespect your union, your man allowing the woman to run up and be all up in his face and just, how you doing? And, him supposed to just be with you, whether it be a date or whether it be your husband, but him allowing another woman to, and this is the thing, because there's a problem that I have with how society looks at this, and I'll tell you that after you answer my question. But how do you feel, and how do you we're just gonna give an example because nobody knows nobody on here. So I was dating somebody, you know who that person is.
Okay.
And there was this friend I had, and this person was supposed to be my friend, which I found out later on that he was a hoe. Yes,
Be nice. Be nice.
So, but the thing is, he would allow her and others to, if we go out somewhere, to a gathering or something with friends or whatever, he would allow them to come up in his face and just be all up in his face and not ever going away.
Okay, what do I think about that?
Just overall, all of the actions.
Okay. So let me say this about relationships. First of all, if I understand you correctly, this is not your spouse. This is
spouse or either or.
Okay.
Boyfriend, girlfriend,
but
or
it actually makes a difference. I believe that until a person is marriage. Okay.
Until they're married.
Until their marriage.
You gotta
I think that if people are dating, unless they have agreed that their relationship is totally exclusive during the dating relationship, that a certain amount of reality has to set in, and that if we're out at a party and he's more or less flirting with somebody else, then that means it's wide open. I'm gonna be flirting with somebody else too. I don't have no problem with it.
No, and they're gonna come for us, but you know what? I agree.
Because we're not married now.
And he's gonna be flirting.
That's right.
I'm gonna go talk to somebody too.
They say that what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Wait, that wasn't a goose. That
Yeah.
was a duck. But whatever.
Hey,
close enough.
whatevs.
But yeah, okay.
And because I'm not married to him, and he's not, but unless we're totally exclusive. Now I'm the kind of person, actually, I'm not intimidated by other women at all. Because if he wants to be with me, my boyfriend, I'm just saying boyfriend, for instance, then he gonna be with me, and I don't care if he's flirting with somebody else. But at the same time, if he gonna cut up like that, I can cut up too. I can cut up too.
Fruit ninja.
I can cut. Hey,
Got the fruit going everywhere. You know Fruit Ninja, right?
No, I don't, but
Oh.
but I can recognize.
It's a game on the phone.
Okay.
You just have a sword and you cut fruits. You
Okay.
cut nuts.
Okay. I was married to a man who was, how shall we say, not faithful. However, in his being unfaithful, I never was approached by any woman, even though I suspected that he was tippy-toeing around certain issues and doing certain things, and that was brought out. It was proven at some point. But I was never disrespected by any woman. He always took care of his responsibilities at home, and he always was the husband, even though he was doing other stuff. So, which eventually wrecked our relationship, which eventually wrecked our marriage. But the point is, you have to have a certain amount of confidence in yourself, because you and I and us human beings on earth, we are not invisible to other people. And whereas someone is going to be attracted to the one that your significant other, someone is always going to be attracted to you too. And it's a matter of how you handle both of those particular circumstances.
You just gotta smack them.
You gotta smack them sometime. But at the same,
No, just kidding.
but we know that there are people who are attracted to people who are in relationships.
Yeah, that's so
They
true.
would
They don't want them if
they
they're not
don't
taken.
want them unless they're not taken. For some reason, that's a challenge to them to see if they can get that person. I don't know if their goal is to wreck a relationship, and that's the game for them. But what I think people forget, that whoever you're with, you're joining your life, your time. That's time you'll never get back. So what do you think about that?
Wow. I mean, just the part about, I forgot what I was going to say, but it's all right.
It's okay. It's real.
Yeah, I honestly, I agree with you as far as...
Because everybody needs, I'm trying to make the little love heart.
Oh.
How to do that? Well, that's fancy. the love heart.
You just got to bring your fingers together. Don't let your fingers be afraid to touch each other.
They're afraid of
Okay, and then you have
connecting.
to sit it up.
Oh.
You have to sit it up.
That looks like a spider's web.
You
I'll practice.
have to go,
I'll
look,
practice.
So go like this. Your thumb needs to come. No, I see your thumb. Why all your fingers move? Okay, go like this. Yeah, so like that.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Does it look the same?
From this side?
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
There it is. Heart, love, relationships. Yay! Yay!
Okay, so for me to answer your question, I agree. You have to. I'm just kidding, because we're both Dory. Dory and Dory Jr.
Dorietta.
Dory the second.
Dorietta.
Dorietta. Oh, that's so country.
Dorietta, come over here, girl.
Dorietta May.
Dorietta May Lou.
Dorietta May Lou Louise.
Dorietta May Lou Lorianne.
Lorianne. Susan. Martha Jones.
LaQuisha. Oh my gosh. Absidy, come here. Absidy.
Y'all, we have to have our little breakouts every
Gotta
so
have a
often
moment,
to keep
having
it
a
fun.
moment.
Because, we're good. All seriousness is good, but...
I want to leave by 9:30
Okay, that's
because
fine.
I'm whacked, as you
I
can
can
tell.
Anyways,
But this face is rocking it.
face is like, bam,
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 bam.
bam, bam. Maybe we're both blacked out.
I think we're tired. But that's okay. We're doing this video.
I'm tired.
This video's going down.
It's going down. Going down tonight. You know that song. Don't be acting.
I don't.
Lies.
It's different.
It was back when the dinosaurs
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I'll take your
anyways,
word
y'all.
for it.
I agree with you on what you were saying about, you have to have confidence in yourself. I understand that there's always going to be somebody attracted to your man.
Absolutely.
No matter if he's your boyfriend or if he is your husband, there's always going to be somebody attracted to him.
And you too. There's
And
gonna be
to me
somebody
as
that's gonna be
well, yeah.
running after you because she got somebody. I want to run after her.
I want it because it's taken.
That's what that is. That's a mental health issue, but we won't deal with that today.
Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe because of age-wise, I'm still learning. Literally, I'm still learning. And so, from what I've seen, this conversation is the reason why I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on none of that stuff, because I've seen so many times where, like, yes, I agree. Be confident in yourself. Don't be intimidated. I got that. But when that person is allowing things to go on, and I'm not even speaking for myself, I'm speaking from what I've seen. And then, like, friends that have talked to me about things, when that person is allowing things to go on and not saying, look, like, skirt, I have a wife, or
Okay.
I have, look now, I done told you.
Well, you know what? Let me interrupt you right there, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
You need to shut that stuff down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
So
need to, you
can have all the you
need to shut that down.
You can have all the confidence in the world.
You have to
but
shut it down,
you
and you
have
have
to
you
shut it
and you may
down.
have to shut it down right there in front of people.
Yeah.
You don't have to get ugly.
You ain't gotta get all crazy.
But
keep your ladylike
because the Bible say be angry but sin not.
not, yeah.
So you may have to call some people to the corner and be like, you know what, y'all just getting it on a little bit too
much.
too fresh. Y'all put on it on 10.
Yeah,
I'm getting ready to drop
finna
y'all down to a
I'm
negative
finna grab
15.
the knife.
It's getting ready to go down.
Remember
so
that? You
yeah.
Why you running?
be like
But I agree.
Oh, but wait, here's a story. Wait, I got a real story. I got a relationship story. I got a story. Here you go. This is real. This is real right here. Okay, a while back, I went to a business party. It was a celebration. It was a dance where I used to work. I had a friend she was very, very, very nice, very pretty, very, lively. She had never been married, but she had a little daughter and she had a relationship that went south. And I invited her to go to this corporate event with me. And so we were at this corporate event. There was dancing and food and champagne and balloons, and it was a marvelous event. My friend connected with this man at this party. Now, it appeared that this man may have been married, but he wasn't really acting married. He wasn't acting like he couldn't talk to people. He was interacting with the crowd. So, but she and this man, they kind of connected in a very innocent way, but they still connected. And the wife, I observed her observing them. And so it came time to get seated for dinner in this banquet hall situation. And the wife was sitting on one side of the husband, and my friend wound up sitting on the other side of the husband. So what eventually happened was the wife got up and moved my friend on down out the way so that there was nobody on his one side and she was on the side that my friend was sitting.
How'd she do that?
She said, "Excuse me, I need to sit here."
Oh.
She shut it down. She's like, "No." She's like, "No, we're not having all this this too much friendliness right here."
You know what?
That's her husband. That's her husband.
I was dating and did that.
Yeah, because sometimes that's what you got to do.
Sometimes you have to.
I'm just saying, you got to shut it down. And he had his mouth poked out a little bit because he was having a good time interacting with a new person. They was just chatting away. But my girl, she was looking into the future. She's like, "No, you gonna scoot down.
Not today.
And I'm gonna sit next to my husband.
You ain't
on
getting
this
none of
side.
this spaghetti.
You ain't getting none of this. So no.
Spaghetti.
So she shut it down. She's confident enough to make it happen. She shut it down.
She was like,
She's like, "No, this is not happening."
No,
Period. End of story.
And I
was wait. Let me see one thing.
Sorry, I didn't know you were.
You know me. I ramble. I was proud of her, proud of that wife for doing that. And the husband, he was a little perturbed because he made a little friend, but she kind of feel like, you know what, I'm all the friend you need right here. We came to the party together, we going home together, and I'm all the friends you need, so you need to understand that. You got a problem, but then you just got a problem, because you better get over it. And
Real quick.
And he did, as a matter of fact.
He better get over there real quick.
He got over it, so that's my story.
I agree with the wife, you know, because like you said, there's some women, they want to make connections with men who are already taken.
I don't know if she meant to make a connection. I think it just happened. But she's so friendly like that.
But then she didn't think about nothing when the other lady was sitting on the other side?
I don't know what she thought. I don't know. But that's right. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my friend who made the connection.
You're shaking the camera.
Oh, sorry.
No, just don't be doing all this.
Okay, my friend who made the connection, she felt the same way the guy felt, because she kind of felt, I made a friend. I wanted to have my friend.
That's how affairs start. He my friend. We going for Coca-Cola and donuts.
That's why the wife shut it down. She said, you can scoot down. I'm gonna be sitting on the side of my husband. So
that is how affairs start.
And she's looking at that. The wife is on point. She's like, I'm shutting it down.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell a little story, and then we'll wrap it up, because we got to
go. All right.
Got to go to somewhere.
You two, what do you guys think about my brown hair? You think it's beautiful? Because I can go blonde. What do you think? No?
Don't do blonde.
Don't do blonde. I'm a marvelous blonde.
I believe you.
I'm a marvelous platinum
Or you
blonde.
I'm
a marvelous ash blonde.
I'll put it this way. You wear whatever you want for your video. If it look crazy, I'm gonna tell you, like, you look crazy. I love you, but
I didn't see that coming. You came around that corner real fast. All right.
You know, if it look crazy, I'm gonna let you know, nah.
Okay. Now, YouTube, remember, now y'all have to get back to me and hit me up on these green earrings, right?
Okay, let me tell my story.
Okay, I'm ready.
So, okay, this was a person that I was dating, right?
Let's get in close, because this is going to be an intimate discussion about relationships.
Okay.
Of people that she's dating.
Okay, I was dating, not dating anymore.
Okay, here we go.
But I was dating this person.
Yes,
this guy.
Okay, here we go.
I was dating this guy, and after we broke up, we still, stuck close to each other. We're still really close friends. We still talk, whatever.
Who broke up? Who broke up with whom?
I did the breaking.
Why?
Because that person is a flirt.
Okay, you don't like to date a flirt.
I don't know.
And you're not a flirt.
I should be the only one that you flirting with. Even after we start dating, you wanna bat your butterfly eyes? Do it at me. Like, no.
You shut it down. You're like, I'm not putting up with this.
And see,
who you think I am?
Let me tell you.
I ain't no floor mat.
Let me tell you. I was that wife, even though I wasn't his wife. I was only his girlfriend.
Yeah. No. Hold up. Not only his girlfriend.
Okay, I was the girlfriend.
There you go.
I was the girlfriend.
There it is.
And we were talking about marriage.
Yes, because that was real.
Yes, it was real. And so basically, what happened was, in the beginning,
it was real, you two.
You're close enough.
It was real.
It was real. Not like the shopping website, but the real.
No, not like the real.
Anyway, so he, in the beginning, not in the beginning of the relationship, but when I first started seeing that he was being a hoochie.
A male hoochie?
He was being a hoochie.
Okay.
And when I was a little girl, we didn't say
male hoochie.
We didn't say the other word. We said hoochie.
Okay.
And so he just always had a lot of girls hitting him up on his phone, like not calling necessarily, but there was always text messages. And a lot of them, I shut a lot of them real down real fast. And I was like, look, Brody, I'm like, long as you're with me, that ain't going down. So a lot of it stopped. And then there was this.
Oh, a lot of it stopped. See, it made progress.
Yeah, we'll get there. So a lot of it stopped.
Okay.
Because I was like, look, you don't stop,
Aces.
Yeah. And so a lot of it kind of calmed down, especially after we had a double dinner date thingy with another couple. And we had been at a gathering, and the couple, they're married. And before the little gathering thing that we went to, I kept seeing her pop up in his messages, not her husband.
So she's a flirty flirt.
She was popping up in his messages all the time.
And she's married. And she's a flirty flirt.
So
she had an open marriage.
Oh,
okay.
So, look, you're going to close it today. So basically what was going on was she's married, but she was always in my boyfriend's, his messages, whatever, his text messages, whatever. So I calmly, I was a lady, and it happened over and over and over and over again. So I talked to him about it. And I was like, look, and he told me, he was like, okay, he was like, I'm going to try and cool it down. I'm like, don't try, just do it. I'm your woman,
shut it down.
Do it.
Shut it down.
Well, after he decided that he was going to stop, he told me he was going to stop. Sorry, he didn't decide. He told me he was going to stop.
Okay.
And then the next day I found out after that day that we had talked, the next day he sent her a message. But the thing was, we had like a little gathering, and at the gathering, after I talked to him, at the gathering, I talked to her. We weren't really friends or whatever, but I don't care. I was just like, I was a lady. After the gathering was over, we were getting ready to leave so that he could drop me off at home and he could go home. I pulled her to the side and I said, hi. I go, can I talk to you for a minute? Just like that. Can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, I know that you and him, used to go to school together,
they have a little bit of history.
They got more than just that.
Oh.
They didn't date, but they
was buds.
Yeah.
Buddies.
But still, even when you're buds, when you get with somebody, there's supposed to be another level of respect.
Right.
And it's like, I have another friend. Me and him, when we both single, we were texting each other, talking all the time, hanging out, whatever. When he got married, I sent him one last text. I think it was like New Year's of 2 years ago, maybe. That was after he got married, and I texted him saying, hey, bro, because I always call my friends like Broham. I sent him a text, and I said, hey, Broham, I said, Merry Christmas to you. No, I said, Happy New Year to you, your wife, and your new family.
There you go.
That was it. He never received another text message from me. And that's because I'm not fit. He married now. I'm not going to be all up in his inbox for what? So getting back to my story, I pulled her to the side, like the lady that I am. And I said, hi, can I just talk to you for a few minutes? We're getting ready to leave. We walk out into the hallway. And basically what she said was, I told her, I said, I know that you guys have been cool or whatever, but they were talking like almost every day. And I said, I would really appreciate it, if you would stay out of my boyfriend's inbox.
So he wasn't your fiance? He was just your...
No, he wasn't my fiance.
At that point,
no.
okay.
We were talking about marriage, but we hadn't got to that. We were just discussing things as far as future-wise.
Okay, trying to see what's what.
Seeing where we both think about things. And so I asked, I said, I said, I know that you guys are cool or whatever. I go, when we come to gatherings and stuff like this, you guys can say, hey, how you doing? And keep it moving. I said, but I would really appreciate if you would not be in my boyfriend's inbox like you have been. Oh my gosh, she started crying, but he's my friend and I don't get to see.
Is that the only friend she have on earth?
She says, but he's my friend and I don't get to see him like I used to. And I was like, honey.
Oh, could you reach into my purse and give me
the
that?
Little violin,
get the tiny violin so I can play it while she's singing this song.
After this whole thing happened, she made a big old deal, went back to her husband, cried. Like you said, what I'm guessing they have an open marriage because I don't know. But she looked me in my face and she said, because you're a woman, she said, I promise you I will not message him anymore. And she didn't. But guess who was trying? That fool was trying to message her. And when we saw her in person, she said, I'm so sorry I could not message you because I promised her that I wouldn't. And I was like, you know what? I respected her for that. You know what I'm saying?
He's not worth your time.
He wasn't worth my time because
He's not.
I ain't got time for you.
Because he's not ready for a commitment, a real
flirt-
commitment.
Exactly.
That's all.
And I ain't got time for
He
you
should
to
have just
flirt with
said that.
everybody.
He should be, I don't really want to date one person one-on-one. I really want to,
I want to be open.
I want to be
talk to who I want to
open.
talk to. But then, see ya. Because I ain't got time. So, yeah, that's my story, basically. I just, like you said, sometimes you have to pull them to the side.
Yeah, you do.
Or you have to, like, let them know, like, hey, this seat's taken or whatever, like that, like the wife did.
Shut it down.
You have to shut it down and be like, look,
down.
yeah, you guys are just, you're not going to be talking to my man anymore, okay? No, just kidding. So anyways.
Hey, I'm not.
Look,
No, you're not going to be. No,
I don't
it's
have
not.
time for, look, I'm not going to be. And then, what's so crazy about that? This is the thing. This is where the culture button came in. The culture button
because they're
came
different
in.
culture.
They're a different culture.
Okay.
But her husband said, after I said, yeah, we don't, in our we don't do that. You don't be running up in, you don't run up in your girl's, your friend's man's face. And it's so funny because her husband, I'd known her husband for years. But I don't really be all up in his face like that because even before he was married to this girl, my friend was his girlfriend. And I still wasn't all up in his face, right? And so it's the funny thing is he looked, when I said, yeah, we don't do that. The funny thing is he looked me in my face and he said, no wonder you never talk to me. And I was like, really, dude? It's not like I greet him. I'll be like, hey, what's up? How's it going? But no wonder you're never like sitting next to me or like,
what? That just made me think of something. I see what part of the problem is, and this is huge. Some people in relationships have no concept of what a relationship boundary is. So they cross into territory not realizing that they've crossed a line. And then, of course, because they don't realize what they've done, they don't understand why the other person or another person is upset at them or with them.
Because they were never taught those
They
boundaries.
never learned that there are boundaries. That just came to me just now.
But that's-
YouTube, know your boundaries.
Yes.
Smile. I'm smile.
No, you're
I'm saying it with a smile.
No, your
Here.
boundaries.
I love you.
Hey, in the camera, your lipstick matches your nails.
Isn't that lovely?
But yeah,
Isn't that
boundary.
lovely?
It's cool, huh?
But you should see my toes, because my toes really match my lipstick, YouTube. It's gorgeous. And I'm not gonna tell you,
You guys,
y'all.
YouTube, you guys.
You guys, YouTube. YouTube guys.
No, just you guys.
No, you guys.
You all.
Y'all.
Yeah, there you go.
I like YouTube. I like the YouTube. Hello.
All up in the
Hey. Okay, so
All up in the nostrils.
so did you want to give some final thoughts regarding this, because we're going to wrap this up?
Sure.
fairly soon.
My final thoughts for this whole video, I would just say that, boundaries are really important. If you are somebody who's struggling, in a relationship, if you're struggling with somebody, like we first started talking, if you're struggling with somebody that you really love that person and you want to get married and they're just like, I love you, but I don't need no paper for that. I say either get that person some marriage counseling if they're willing to do it, like get that person some counseling.
Premarital counseling?
Or just like
Relationship counseling?
Like go with just be by yourself and find somebody else. Because look, what one person won't do, somebody else will. I'm just saying.
Okay.
And then also for the wrap up, as far as for what we've been talking about just recently, I would say just, boundaries are really important in relationships. Be confident in yourself, knowing who you are. But if you're with somebody, like we were saying a minute ago, if you're with somebody that person is like letting it happen and they're just like, if you have to, shut her down.
Shut it down.
If you have to, let it be known.
You have to talk. That's where communication.
Just keep your class.
Communication comes in. This is why we have to, because you know what? It's very interesting. We can't read each other's minds.
Yeah,
Imagine.
that's true.
We have to tell people what's on our mind, and you have to give people time to process that, because
Lies. No, I'm
people
Look, I'm telling you now, you need to get it down.
because people don't always understand that there is an issue based on their culture and their
Yeah,
background
they
and
don't
their
want-
family, where they come from.
Yeah, that's
so
a big thing.
so you have to talk to people. Sometimes you have to tell people many times in the nicest way you know
And-
how.
no,
And sometimes you
punch
have
'em.
so,
I'm
And-
telling you right there.
and sometimes you can show a person better than you can tell a person. Put them right there. I say hit them in the neck.
Oh, you-
I say get that neck.
I'm gonna be like
Get that-
Sandra and
no,
just
no.
kill him.
No.
No, I
say
no,
get him,
just stab 'em.
get him right here, get him right. You take your, you put the claw,
The
you take the
nail,
claw,
you
you
take
take
the-
this, and then you just go in deep, and then you just let them know this is what because you mean that, and you go,
She said, I said, oh, thank you for teaching me how to, if they do wrong, just stab. She said, no, I didn't say stab them. I said kill them.
That's what she said. And that's what old girl said. We're gonna edit that out.
I know, right?
Okay, so YouTube, we're wrapping this up, and we appreciate the time that you've taken to listen to this video. If you have any questions, you can feel.
Why are you laughing? Are you laughing at me?
Yeah.
Oh.
YouTube.
You want me
Feel
to get out
free.
of the frame?
No, please
Oh.
stay in the frame. Please don't leave the frame. Whatever you do, stay in the frame.
I'm agreeing with you with
There,
my face.
yeah, I see that.
And how do you keep getting out the frame?
I'm cool like that.
You know they could just comment down below and ask
Comment down below. Comment down below.
Comment down below.
Comment down below.
Hey,
Comment down below. All right, YouTube. Have a great evening.
We love y'all.
We love you. Have a
Until
great
next
one.
time,
Until next time.
bye.
Bye-bye.